Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Ink to Prosperity. I am your host, Adriana, and I am drinking my matcha in my Halloween mug. And today, I wanted to give you a little encouragement, okay? Because should be crazy. Hello. Okay, so I know that things are awry and there's a lot of stuff going on, and you have your own storms that you're navigating. But I want to remind you, for those of you that are struggling with asking for help, I am here because I too am one of those hyper independent people. Um, and recently, like last week, I had to reach out and ask for help, not only to my close loved ones, but I had to reach out to my community because I was in a bind and I needed help. And I felt so many feels while I was going through that process of asking for help. I really didn't have any other choice but to ask. And just being in that predicament triggered so much within my body. And I felt like stuck, and my hands were clammy. My stomach was upset, and I just like felt like I'd had like a whole 3 shots of espresso, just like so jittery and wiry. But then I started to actually ask for the assistance, and the people who I asked and the community that I asked didn't make me feel like I was a fuck up, or they didn't try to get on me or give me a lesson in how I can do better and this, that, and the third. They just supported me and wished me well and asked me if I needed anything else. And they made me feel safe while I was on 10. Like my body was literally having a triggered moment. And it was such a relief to be in that space to where my community is supporting me in more ways than one. I asked for one thing and ended up getting so much more. And that level of gratitude that I started to feel was out of this world. And so I want to let those of you know who are super independent and feel like you can't ask anybody, or if you ask somebody, then this, that, and the third is going to happen. I'm here to tell you that it's not always the case. There are people out there that want to see you win. There are people out there who aren't going to judge you because you need help. And you will feel all of these triggers in your body. And your triggers may be different from my triggers, but I know for me, like I was explaining, I felt jittery, my hands were clammy, my stomach was upset, and my whole body was just so tight and tense. And I did this, my voice does this thing, and I get like really quiet, and I like am barely talking. And it just reminds me of, like like that whole makeup, that all of those symptoms that I was feeling remind me of exactly how I felt right before I was about to get a spanking or about to be put on punishment. That's the same symptoms. And so for you, it may be triggered by something else. It may be a completely different thing, but I'm here to tell you that you're not in that space anymore. You deserve to be assisted and helped and supported throughout this entire journey. This country has tried so hard to make us think that we have to do everything by ourselves. And if we can't do it by ourselves, then we should be shamed. And that's not true. Because our ancestors worked together. Our ancestors created community. Our ancestors had villages, support systems throughout each part of our lives. And there are some things that we do have to do on our own, but we can still have our support system rooting for us or cheering us on. So this is your sign to go ahead and ask for that assistance. You're not a burden. You are not unworthy. You can do this, and while it may be scary and it may make you feel some type of way, keep going, because it is completely revolutionary for you to lean into your support system when this society is telling you not to. It is the greatest form of self-love for you to ask for what you need in every relationship. It is the greatest form of self-love to honor what you need instead of being shamed or upset that you actually need something. Okay? So breathe through it and keep asking, okay? I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that you get what you need plus some, okay? And I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.